Okay, good. Hello, everyone, and today we're welcoming. We have the privilege to interview the Previz Society Asia and the group member. And can you guys first of all introduce yourself and explain, tell the audience about what you do, and start from you, sir.
Oh.
Yes. Sorry.
My name is Daniel Yoon. I'm from Korea, and I am running a pre-production company called Previz Studio in Seoul, and mainly do previs and designing movie sequences. So I've been doing full movies and animation included. So that's what I do.
Thank you.
Sure. I'm actually Daniel Gregoire, and I'm the owner and CEO of Halon Entertainment, which has been in business doing previs, visual effects, post-viz, going on set for about 12 years. I also just started a virtual reality company focused on episodic narrative. I've been working on previs for maybe 20 years now, and primarily in Los Angeles, but also around the world.
Hello, I'm Satoshi Yamaguchi. I'm Japan. My company is ACWD for previs, for commercial and feature films. My English is not good, sorry. I built Previz Society Asia for
10 years?
広めるためってなってますか
The expand awareness.
Expand previs around all Asia. Thank you.
Okay. My name is Christopher Chen. I'm the Vice President of Reallusion Inc. Reallusion is a company developing 3D and 2D real-time animation software. And we believe that our software can be helping not just pre-visualization, but also part of the industry. So, and the reason we to establish Pre-Visualization Society Asia is that we feel Asia is kind of lagging behind Hollywood a lot, and we try to catch up, and we want all Asian countries to work together to reach that. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gavin Boyle. I'm originally from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and currently I'm the Previz supervisor at Base Effects in Beijing, China, and I've been out there for the last 2.5 years, and currently built a Previz department around the visual effects studio, and we are currently specializing in live action features and theme park rides and feature animation. So that's been keeping me busy for a while, and we're bringing Previz to China, so it's a good thing. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. And I would like to ask you guys, what is Previz? What's so important about it? And what's the role in movie pipeline? And what does it do? I mean, Previz, what does it mean? Can you help us answer that question?
Sure. I'm sure all of us have a similar answer, but for Previz, for what I do is, and for working in live action, is a pre-prep. It's prepping the film by working in computer graphics, working in photography, working in planning key shots, the story points, the visual effects points for a movie, or it could be anything, a movie, a theme park ride, what I mentioned before, anything to kind of pre-plan the key visual effects parts before you spend all the money, and hopefully it works. Hopefully I made sense with that. I think I tongue-tied myself. Yeah. So do a lot of editing.
But does it save a lot of money by using Previz?
Yeah.
What's the benefit? I mean, with a movie that using Previz, does it compare with a movie that doesn't use Previz?
Right.
I mean, how much do they save?
Well, if you're figuring out all the difficulties in shooting a green screen. A green screen doesn't give you too much information. So if you can pre-plan everything in Previz and figure out all the key details, that would save you costs down the road. If you didn't do that, you're kind of guessing.
Yes.
So prevising everything before really helps.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes.
Daniel probably
Thank
want
you. Yeah. So can you tell us more about it, about the Previz and the cost of it? What your point of view?
And the cost of it?
The cost. How much down did it actually with the Previz?
Sure. Well, Previz really today, as a modern trade, starts with pitching your film. So a director or a cinematographer or a studio even will come in and they'll say, listen, we've got a concept, we've got a script, but we need to prove whether or not this film is going to be viable. And they'll work with us to actually come up with maybe a sequence or a group of sequences or a trailer done through computer animation using high-end 3D software to sort of battle test that. And they'll actually put that in front of audiences, they'll put it in front of financiers, they'll put it in front of people who can actually make decisions about paying for and greenlighting a feature film. Once that process is done and they actually move into production, then you're talking about planning that film. Today's audiences, no matter where you go, are much more sophisticated than they used to be. And nearly every blockbuster film that makes it to screens today involves some major amount of visual effects work. And this visual effects work might be as simple as a background matte painting, but it might be as complicated as entirely CG-generated characters, which simply will not exist on set on the day unless you're using a virtual production system. And so the need to figure out where you're going to put your camera, where your actors are going to stand, where they're going to move from A to B to C to D, and how those shots all fit together through the editorial process really needs to be planned up front. Otherwise, when you get out there on the day, you'll be standing around wondering where half your characters are. You'll shoot a bunch of footage, and then you'll try to edit it together, and you'll have nothing to edit against. And that's could be a disaster and potentially a huge money waster. So a director who is truly savvy in the filmmaking process today will take the time and make the effort to actually direct their Previz teams, along with all the other departments in the filmmaking process, from the art department to stunts to special effects to make sure you don't blow people up, to the visual effects department, producers, grips, gaffers, everybody, so that everybody has a visual understanding of exactly what needs to go into every single shot, every single take that they do on set, so that when they come out the backside, they've got exactly what they need to actually make that film and tell the story that they've invested money in telling.
Thank you. So now we know about the Previz. What about Asia? About Korea here? How the Korean movie and animation is getting really popular. What's your view on Previz, or what their view about the movie industry? What their viewpoint about Previz?
Well, every movie directors and producers in Korea, I mean, not just Korea, in Asia, they all know the importance of Previz and how much effect it can bring it to them. And it's just before, when Previz, the word wasn't well known to all the filmmakers in Korea, they first thought it would be a waste of money. I mean, we have storyboards, and why don't we spend money on something that's not going to be appearing on the movie? And gradually they experienced that through Hollywood filmmaking. They've seen what Previz could bring, reduce all the money and time, and let everyone in the filmmakers in the crew could understand what they exactly shooting and reduce the time. They experienced that, not directly, but through the media, and they wanted to try that out. And I started Previz about 12-13 years ago in Korea, and that was the first time they experienced Previz.
Yes.
Like I said, it wasn't popular, and then they didn't think it's that important. But now they all believe if they have money,
Yes.
for pre-production, they will spend money on Previz.
Previz.
They all know and understand the importance of it now. So fortunately now I'm getting a lot of requests from
From the
productions and movie directors. So everyone knows it now.
Yeah.
It's just that's what we have to, Previz Society will have to, get up and then come up with an idea that how we could make them spend time and energy on pre-production. But now in Korea, we still have really short time. Maybe same for you. We don't have enough time to build up the, for the, pre-production. So, yeah.
How do you manage to? In Asia, there's short time for building animation or movies. But how do you do Previz in such a short time? Is it easy to produce a Previz in short period of time?
Well, before my team grab the mouse, the artist will actually have to talk to the director directly, and the art director as well. So read through the script and then develop. I'll be involved in the script development, and then we'll have to. I don't know. Every time is different. Sometimes I have like 6 months. That's really long. Sometimes I only have three weeks. Then I'll have to figure out which one will be the most expensive and important, complicated, or dangerous shot. So we know where we have to spend energy the most. But of course, all the directors want to do the whole amount in Previz, but we have to find out what's more important. So
Thank you. Yes. So in Canada or in America, the movie they make, how long do they have to make? How long did it take for them to do a Previz?
Well, I'm currently working in China, so my Previz is all on Chinese productions right now. And with what Daniel was saying, we're not really given a lot of time to do a lot of work, especially working in the States and working in Europe. We're giving a lot of prep time to Previz certain scenes because the budgets are higher, and also they have an understanding of what Previz is. In working in China, like Daniel said, they think we have storyboards. Why do we need Previz? So our budgets aren't that big. So we have to be very conscious in how we set things up as well. We may not have the luxury of using mocap or any of the virtual tools. So a lot of it's keyframed. But it's also, like I said, getting the brief from that director, getting as much information that we can get to get the kind of work done for those kind of projects with the schedules that we have. So that's our process. And also now, since I've been there working on films that have become successful in China, people are starting to be aware, producers, production companies, directors are becoming aware of the value of Previz. Now they're talking to us a lot. And now they're asking a lot of questions. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it is happening where they're actually, being receptive, understanding, and it will impact the producer's thinking when it comes to working on the budgets and knowing how long this process takes, and it will save them down the road. So. Some work.
What about Japan? Does Japan, the director, the producer, do they understand the meaning of the Previz, and how do they feel about Previz? Do they feel comfortable of doing it?
すいません、日本語でいいですか。で、彼に通訳してもらいます。で、日本で私は7年間プリビズをやってきたわけなんですけども、
He's doing Previz for 7 years.
最初は全く監督もプロデューサーもカメラマンも、制作陣もですね、理解ができなかった。
First, any director, producer didn't understand what the Previz.
で、日本は特にちょっと独特な文化がありまして、監督もプロデューサーもカメラマンも全てが同じぐらいの権力を持っているんですよ。だから誰かが ノーというともう全くそれは作業ができないっていうことになっちゃうんですね。
In Japan, director and producer and cameraman has the same kind of power, so that if someone against to use something, that it cannot be realized.
それをどうまとめるかっていうのが一番最初の課題でした。
It is my first task, how to break such wall.
でダニエルは僕のティーチャーなんですけどもプリビズので彼にそのハリウッドのプリビズの方法っていうのを一通り教えてもらいまして、それを最初実践しようとしたんです。
Daniel is his teacher, and he's given some knowledge of Hollywood from him, and he tried to use such knowledge.
ですけどもそれをほとんどの日本の制作者は理解ができなかった。
で、most of Japanese staff don't understand such knowledge or comments.
で私がやったのは、ここにもいろいろあるんですけども、例えばバーチャルカメラを使ったり、あとモーションキャプチャーを使ったり、実際にそのカメラマンや監督が自分で体験をしながらできるようなプリビズっていうのを、リアルタイムプリビズと私は呼んでるんですけども、それをやってることによってだんだん浸透してきました。
By using actual equipment from Hollywood or other regions, that they finally understood what they are trying to do.
だから CM の場合は今1日2日で、実際に監督やプロデューサーの前でプリビズをもう作ってしまいます。
In commercial, just within 1 or 2 days, he can prepare such visual in CM.
で映画の場合は実際にバーチャルカメラを使ってもらって作ってもらうということをやってます。
In that movie making, that actual equipment lets them use and prepare such scenes.
そんな感じですね、日本の場合は。
Thank you for introduce about the Previz, and now we know a little bit more about Previz. Now we would like to ask Christopher to introduce us about the software and the hardware that's been used for the Previz, and what kind of technology being used, or give us an introduction. Yes.
I think this is exactly what we show here. So from the left-hand side, you will see a laser scanner. So that's on the left-hand side. So if you want to take a shoot there, all right. And on this side, you will see a virtual camera. So there are some virtual contents, and together in the same time, whatever you're shooting, we composite them together. And on this side here, you will see Oculus with a virtual reality contents where you can wear your head mount and then see everything there. And on the right-hand corner side, that's the software developed by our company. And I think the most important is that we are basing this technology, everything on GPU, and that's really, we call them a real-time animation. So whatever you do here is what you see is what you get. It doesn't require post-rendering. And speed is obviously the most important thing here. Yeah, all right?
Thank you all for the interview, and we'll hope to see you next time and for the next interview. Thank you.